Okay, in this video I'm going to do some pails and rails for scapula elevation. So, sitting between two objects that when your hands are on top, that you're forced into a scapula elevation. So you're forced to have those shoulder blades scrunching up towards the ears. From here, I'm going to drive my shoulder blades up to get more of a stretch, as well as I'm going to tuck my tailbone under towards my heels, intensifying the stretch by rounding my lower back. As I round my lower back, I'm thinking about the tissue below my shoulder blades pulling towards my heels, and I'm thinking about the tissue of my shoulder blades and above trying to lift up towards the ceiling. For pails and rails, you want to start off with about a 2-minute passive stretch, so trying to take it to somewhere in that 7 or 8 out of 10 intensity, maintaining that passiveness by focusing on the breathing in for 4, breathing out for 8, or something similar. Once my passive time is up, I'm going to do my progressive contraction, which would be to try to push my hands through the floor by sending my shoulder blades towards my back pockets, or towards my butt. I'm going to go from 0 to 100%, nice and smoothly but slow, and try to maintain max contraction for about 10 seconds, and then immediately switch over into my regressive contraction, which would be to try to actually pull myself deeper into the stretch. So in this case, it would be elevating my scapula even more and rounding my lower back even more in order to try to increase the level of the stretch, maintaining as strong a contraction here for about 10 to 15 seconds as well. Once that is up, I would go into my second round of passive, try to get at least 20 seconds there before going into my next progressive contraction, sending shoulder blades down, and then into my next regressive contraction, setting my shoulder blades up, and I would maintain that through as many cycles as prescribed. Once you come out of the stretch, you've created some new space for the scapula to travel, so it's always a good idea to follow up your pails and rails with a few rounds of car. So in this case, the scapula car, where you're just not necessarily trying to push, but really try to just give the neurological exploration of the new space, maybe taking it towards more intense depending on what issues you're trying to work on with your scapula. But it's always a good idea to explore that new range of motion with a little bit of controlled movement of your own. So hopefully that helps. That is scapula elevation, pails and rails.